It all started because I received a book in the mail that explains religion to me. It's not the Bible or the Quran or even the Bhagavad Gita. It was a book by a Princeton psychologist who said the brains of people 4,000 years ago were a little different than ours, that the connection between the left hemisphere and their right hemisphere wasn't as strong as ours. So as a result, when distressed, they would hear a voice, this voice coming from outside of themselves, this voice they gave a name to, like Baal, El, Yahweh, Zeus, God. But the psychologist said it was just an auditory hallucination, their right brain talking to their left brain. Now I had to think about this. So I Amazoned all these ancient books, and the first one I got in the mail was the Bible, and I'm flipping through it, and there, the book of Amos, it says, "For 3 transgressions, yea, for 4, I will not pardon them. Ka'omer Adonai, thus spaketh the Lord." But it was really his right brain spakething to his left brain. And then I got in the mail the Iliad, and it's filled with distress. It's all about a war, and all these gods are just talking about each other. And there, Agamemnon says, the gods will have their way. What he meant was that the god in the right brain was giving orders to the human in the left brain that had to obey. And then, in my mailbox, it's my bank statement. And it's all messed up. So I had to march down to the bank, and there I am standing in line, and up on the wall there's a sign that says, "WAMU wants your trust and respect." And I'm thinking, this sounds like a god. I mean, I've always wondered why gods want my trust and respect. I mean, to run a whole universe? But now I get it. It's because people want trust and respect. It doesn't matter if it's coming from their human brain or their God one. And just at that moment, this woman walks through the door, and she's wearing this T-shirt that says, "Emergency numbers. Call John 14 if you're sinned. Call Psalm 57 if you're depressed." I, of course, am wearing my Everyone Matters T-shirt because California's in the middle of this religious war, and we stare at each other, and we smirk our chests, and we put out our chests trying to make like billboards, trying to be more right, but we're reading between the lines because that's what intelligence means, to read between and to choose between, as in choosing between our human brain and the remnant of our God one. Sodom and Gomorrah, she glares, but I'm remembering in one of those books, it said there was a big earthquake, and those hallucinating brains made up this whole fire and brimstone story. And then she says, she points to the book of prophets, and I'm realizing there had to be this transitional time when only a few brains could still hear it, and they're saying, "Elijah, tell us what the big guy is saying." And then with a smile, she proclaims, "It's the word of God," as she smugs off to the nearest teller. But I'm staring at the blank back of her T-shirt, finally understanding Samuel 22. V'lo hahu bayom hahu, until one day God stopped speaking. WAMU wants my trust and respect, but I'm not banking at WAMU anymore, because banks beget banks, and theories transcend theories, and old gods are replaced by new gods, and it takes trust to make a deposit. And as for withdrawal, well, hey, don't withdraw. Respect, because everyone does matter, and eventually all the gods will go away like the great WAMU has, and we'll be left with just our mail-order T-shirts trying to figure out what to do when we only have ourselves for the answers, and the Bible and the Quran and even the Bhagavad Gita will just be stories, histories of brains spakething to themselves and then wondering where the voice went. Eli, Eli, lama azabtani, my God, why have you forsaken me? We're 4,000 years into consciousness now. The rule of the right brain is over. So much for WAMU and all the other gods. I'm banking at Chase now.